Okay.
Things that do use it all that whole board, and then get out there and got part of the thing done, and the other part of the park, trying to work on it. It was nice.
Thank you so much.
I think the dog's trying to
Well, not, almost, not quite. Got till.
At 7 p.m., call this meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge.
6:30.
6:30, sorry.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank everybody for coming early because of the township. Roll call, please.
Mayor Dillon,
Here.
Dome,
Here.
Thomas, Meismer,
Here?
Reagan,
Here.
Barnes, here, Hanson,
Here.
Martindale,
Here.
Silver.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 4, any additions or deletions from the agenda? Item 5, approval of the minutes of March 28, 2017.
Second.
Hazel made a motion, Marty seconded. Any corrections? Roll call, please.
Thomas, Barnes, Dome,
Aye.
Meismer,
Aye.
Reagan,
Aye.
Hanson,
Aye.
Martindale,
Aye.
Silver.
Aye. Thank you. Community police report.
I have the numbers for March. So last month there was 2 assaults, 4 batteries, which is down from 16 in February. We had 4 burglaries to motor vehicles, but that's all from one incident where the kids were just walking down the street. 2 burglaries to residences, 4 domestics, 9 thefts, 2 auto thefts. One was down at the
Eggs.
storage. Yeah. So I don't know how valid it was, but a theft nonetheless. And then 7 vandalisms and 3 DUIs. And the total of 33 tickets were given. And someone asked me last time when the bike patrol is going to start. Middlemas is trying to get that started next month, at the beginning of the month. So
Could you touch on, I think Kinga talked to you today about, we've seen some stuff on Facebook where some citizens are complaining, but they're not calling the police.
right. Well, obviously, the more those kids are a problem, and they're going all over Peoria. They're in various places. I know reports, DCF report has been opened on them, so that's gonna get investigated, so hopefully that'll help take care of the kids, but, I mean, the more reports that are made on these kids, the better, so that way, there's more incentive for the state's attorney to pursue charges against the kids. Otherwise, if we don't have any reports, there's nothing to really do, so.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions?
The assaults, are they like more to the Farmington Road District?
Yeah, I believe so. Assaults are just verbal though, so it's not.
Oh, okay.
No contact was made, so it's a threat.
All right.
Thank you. For the mayor's report, I'd like to thank Jerry for filling in for me the last meeting. We had a great time in Ireland. It sounds like we might have to wait an extra year to get the band back, but we did tell them and invited them that the invitation is always open for the 4th of July. And we got back, and last Friday we had the bid opening for Callender Avenue. I'll apologize in public for, I went ahead and I had them put it on the agenda right away without going to transportation because the IDOT rep was here and we could cut 2 weeks off at least 2 weeks off the process if we went ahead and brought it to council tonight. And seeing that it was approximately $250,000 less than what the city engineer had estimated. There was a pretty clear choice to bring it forward so we could get going, so that we can have Sterling Avenue finished, that part finished by the 4th of July. So, Government Day is next Friday, and the following Saturday will be the cleanup day. You wanna touch on that, Bob?
Yeah, we are taking electronics again this year, so if you have TVs, computers, microwaves, we will take those. Let's see, no yard waste, no paint, C batteries, I mean, small batteries, we don't take those either. And we are doing the prescription drug thing again, okay? So if you have old drugs to dispose of, just bring them down to the city garage on that day.
And that's April 29th.
Yes, from 9 to 3.
Okay.
And if anybody would like to help, just either let myself know or Sharon Kennedy, so and she'll put you to work.
Thank you, Bob. That's all I have. Public comment?
The scouts will still be selling trash bags for 2 more weeks yet, so if you haven't ordered them, you still have an opportunity to. They're $16 a box for a roll of 133 gallon size, and then we have a 55 gallon size. I think there's 25 in a roll, and those are $13, okay, so.
Ma'am, did you have something?
Yes, I have a situation where there's a car that's been sitting on, Bluff Crest that's been sitting there for over a year. And, people do live on Heading, and it's a spare car that they have. And, they have other vehicles they're driving, but they seem like set that car out there to park it there. And they're not driving it any time.
So for a whole year, the car has not moved.
Yeah,
Have you called up here?
yes, I've talked to the code enforcement, guy, and he says because, it's got license plate and stuff that there's nothing he can do about it.
Well, there is a state statute that I don't really remember how many days, even if it's licensed, it's supposed to be moved. So that, but they can move it back and forth a foot and
But
that.
they haven't. It's set at the same spot.
We'll check with Roma in the morning.
It's set at the same spot.
You know what color?
It's blue. I've had police seen about it last year a couple times because I've asked them to move it because of mowing the grass because it's too close to the curb. I don't wanna hit the car or anything. And that because where the grass goes out, it goes too far out over the curb. And that and stuff. And I would like it to be moved because we're gonna be painting our fence, and we're gonna be using a spray painter, and I do not want to spray paint the car. And I have talked to the guy yesterday, and the guy got smart with me and said no.
All right, we'll see what we can get done.
Okay.
I painted, it should have been moved for snow removal. At
Yeah.
least.
Well, we didn't have much snow this year.
I
It
know.
was a hardwood, maybe one,
And maybe one ton.
maybe, where it's at, maybe.
We'll check with them in the morning.
Okay.
Thank you. Any other public comment?
I just wanted to mention from our last meeting, was it Mr. Doolin was here, the question, and Kinga looked into it. We found that Comcast does not have an exclusive right
to, be the only
Provider.
cable provider in West Peoria. He had talked to somebody at MediaCom, I believe, and he said they would be very interested in coming to West Peoria if it were legal, and he would check into it, and I thought he might be here tonight, but we did look into it and found out that any other company is perfectly legal, but I would think that we would also look into franchise fees there too. I'm not saying that just as head of finance, but I was looking for another, anytime there's another source of income, I'm not gonna turn it down. I don't wanna take a bunch of time up, but I think that after the law changed, that, there is no franchise fees on that anymore. We're just lucky that Comcast has continued to pay us. If I remember, Eric was questioning that a number of years ago, and we just keep our fingers crossed, cause they keep paying.
Yeah, because I know we received some letters from Mr. Connor's office as well.
So. Okay, John, it might be your last time as public.
Right, there's your moment.
I've got no comment. Thank you. Happy Easter to everyone.
Sharon, do you have anything?
I do, cleanup day.
We've already talked about it.
Oh, have you? Okay, good enough. Good times. Good talk, Bob.
Bob?
I even put in a plug for help.
Good. I expect to see all of you there, please.
Finance committee, Jerry?
I'm sorry?
Finance?
Oh, I'm sorry, finance met last week. Most everything we talked about, we're gonna be voting on shortly here. The other item there that, we had a question about the, renewal for the dedicated police services and bicycle control, and that we sent obviously the council here. And that and we also recommended the edit to the budget that King had brought up, and we passed on that also. Our budget is ready to go. We have everything, I think, down finally to the last changes that were needed. And our next meeting will be May 2nd. I believe it is. Yes. 5:30 here at City Hall.
Any questions for Jerry? Thank you, Jerry. Land use, Leroy?
We have not met since the last council meeting. We meet April 19th here at City Hall at 6:30.
Any questions for Leroy? Public safety, Brian?
We have not met since our last meeting, and our next meeting is next Tuesday, the 18th, 6:30, right here at City Hall.
Thank you, Brian. Transportation committee.
Transportation also hasn't met since the last meeting. Our next meeting is this Thursday, April 14th at 6:30. City Hall.
Any questions for transportation?
I believe that's April 13th.
Did I say that?
Yeah, it's the 13th.
Didn't I say 13th?
Who said 14?
Oh, 13th. All right. Glad you got my back.
And seeing that this is something that, we've been talking, Kinga and I have been talking about, with, the election. We're looking at the committees, and what we're gonna try to recommend is that, and that's the way it was originally started, and over the years it got changed, but we'd kinda like for two of the committees to meet in the first half of the month, and maybe two, so that at least at each meeting we have at least two committees, giving a report. But, we're working on that right now, so. Just a little thought. Thank you. New business. A motion to award the 2017 seal coating bid to R.A. Cullinan, UCM, in the amount of $112,014.37.
Second.
Amy made the motion, Margie seconded. Roll call.
Silver,
Aye.
Barnes,
Aye.
Joan,
Abstain.
Thomas, Meisner,
Aye.
Reagan, Ganson,
Aye.
Martindale.
Aye.
Thank you. Item B is a motion to approve payment of purchase order 13067 to Cargill in the amount of $3,052.31 for salt, line item 01-41-616.
So moved.
Second.
Jerry made the motion, Margie seconded. Roll call, please.
Meisner,
Aye.
Barnes,
Aye.
Joan,
Aye.
Thomas, Reagan,
Aye.
Ganson,
Aye.
Martindale,
Aye.
Silver.
Aye.
Thank you. Item C is a motion to approve payment of purchase order 13128 for TIF 1 and 2, second half 2016 legal fees in the amount of $2,226.50 to Jacob Klein Limited, line item 15-00-500.
So moved.
Second.
Jerry made the motion, Jamie seconded. Any questions? Roll call.
Meisner,
Aye.
Silver,
Aye.
Joan,
Aye.
Thomas, Reagan,
Aye.
Ganson,
Aye.
Barnes,
Aye.
Martindale.
Aye.
Thank you. Item D is a motion to approve payment of purchase order 13129 for TIF 1 and 2, second half 2016 administrative fees in the amount of $13,528.36 to the Economic Development Group Limited, line item 15-00-500.
So moved. Second.
Jerry made the motion, Jeff seconded. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Meisner,
Aye.
Reagan,
Aye.
Joan,
Aye.
Thomas, Barnes,
Aye.
Ganson,
Aye.
Martindale,
Aye.
Silver.
Aye.
Thank you. E is a motion to approve payment of purchase order 13142 to Jacob Klein Limited for professional fees for the First Amendment to the West Peoria TIF District 2 in the amount of $3,000, line item 16-00-500.
So moved.
Jerry made the motion, Jeff made the second. Any questions?
What's this for?
This is for the, I believe, the add-on of, the property up there for Prakash,
Okay.
that they paid us the $12,000 for all the fees to do that.
That was one of those.
Okay, thank you.
I thought that was the one that they paid the fees up front.
Just want to make sure.
Roll call, please.
Meisner,
Aye.
Reagan,
Aye.
Joan,
Aye.
Thomas, Barnes,
Aye.
Ganson,
Aye.
Martindale,
Aye.
Silver.
Aye.
Thank you. Item F is a motion to approve payment of purchase order 13143 to Economic Development Group Limited for First Amendment to the West Peoria TIF District 2 in the amount of $3,000, line item 16-00-500.
So moved. Second.
Jerry made the motion, Jeff seconded. Any questions?
This is the same thing, right?
Yep. Roll call, please.
Meisner,
Aye.
Reagan,
Aye.
Joan,
Aye.
Thomas, Barnes,
Aye.
Ganson,
Aye.
Martindale,
Aye.
Silver.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion G is motion to award Calendar Avenue Improvement Construction, section 16-0012-00-55, in the amount of $598,341.75 to Hein Construction.
Move.
Second.
Margie made the motion, Jamie seconded. Any questions? Roll call?
Barnes.
Aye.
Silver.
Aye.
Doan.
Stink.
Thomas. Meismer.
Aye.
Reagan.
Aye.
Hanson.
Aye.
Martindale.
Aye.
Thank you. Item 11 is public comment.
Just like the, anyone interested, the annual meeting's at 7:30 next door, so if you'd like to come, you're more than welcome for the township.
Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
I'll give Anthony a second, seeing that Jerry and Brian, all in favor?
One more time.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you.
Committee meeting and then
One more last one.
16 is enough. You thought you were only gonna give me 4.
Just getting, coming on to meetings on time.
No, I think
And perfect place.
Yeah.
I'll miss it.
We'll have to find out.
That'd be perfect. Wonder.
Who's gonna take your place, Jim?
Right here?
Oh,